Everyone. Hi guys, Jen here again. I am joined again by Mel. So she's going to be helping me with pronouncing names that I get wrong, like just letting me know location-wise if I don't know what it is. So she's going to be following me along like usual. So before we get into this chapter, I will just let you guys know I have watched the part of the show for the first episode on what this chapter is based on, Daenerys. Yep, so I have watched that. Definitely did not know what I was expecting. It was honestly, it was a little bit creepy. Just that wasn't expecting the brother, sister, all that sort of thing. A few things that I did not expect. But now I have to read it. But it was pretty good. I like the context that we got for that. So let's get into the chapter. Okay, so Daenerys. Her brother held up the gown for her inspection. This is beauty. Touch it. Go on. Caress the fabric. Dani touched it. Oh, they gave her a nickname.
Yeah.
That's really cute. I like that.
On them though.
Okay, yeah. Is it really mine? A gift from the, Magister Illyrio?
I can't quite pronounce that one.
Illyrio? I think
I can't remember it from the show.
All right, let's go.
Illyrio.
Oh, and there's another name right next to it. Viserys said, smiling. Her brother was in a high mood tonight. The color will bring out the violet in your eyes, and you shall have gold as well, and jewels of all sorts. Illyrio has promised. Tonight you must look like a princess. A princess, Dani thought. She had forgotten what that was like. Perhaps she had never really known. Why does he give us so much, she asked. What does he want from us? For nigh on half a year, they had lived in the Magister's house, eating his food, pampered by his servants. Dani was 13, old enough to know that such gifts seldom come without their price. Here in the free city of Pentos?
Yeah, Pentos.
Ro is no fool, Viserys said. The Magister knows that I will not forget my friends when I come into my throne. Dani said nothing. Magister Illyrio was a dealer in spices, gemstones, dragon bone, and other less savory things. He had friends in all of the 9 free cities. It was said, and even beyond in, Dothrak, and the fabled lands beside the Jade Sea. It was also said that he'd never had a friend who wouldn't cheerfully sell it for the right price. Dani listened to the talk in the streets, and she heard these things, but she knew better than to question her brother when he wove his webs of dream. His anger was a terrible thing when roused. Viserys, we'll get there, called it waking the dragon. Her brother hung the gown beside the door. I think I have seen people take this into a meme as well.
Really? I haven't seen that one.
Do not wake the dragon. That's all I know it from. Illyrio will send the slaves to bathe you. Be sure you wash off the stink of the stables. Drogo. Okay, I gotta remember how they pronounce these in the show.
Okay.
Khal Drogo has 1,000 horses. Tonight, he looks for a different sort of mount. He studied her critically. You still slouch. Straighten yourself. Oh, and the creepiness begins.
Such a nice brother.
Yeah, when I saw this scene, I was like, ooh, it's just as the same as it's described in the book. A different sort of mount. That's an innuendo. He pushed back her shoulders with his bare hands. Let them see that you have a woman's shape now. His fingers brushed lightly over her budding breasts and tightened on a nipple. So uncomfortable.
For a brother. Oh my gosh.
You will not fail me tonight. If you do, it will go hard for you. You don't want to wake the dragon, do you? That's where I found the meme from.
You have to show me it.
I have to. His fingers twisted her, the pinch cruelly hard through the rough fabric of her tunic. Do you? He repeated. No, Dani said meekly. Oh gosh, it's such a serious scene, and yet it was taken in such a joke when I first saw it.
It is very uncomfortable, but okay, let's see it.
Whew, we're gonna get through it. I watched it, I can read it. Her brother smiled. Good. He touched her hair, almost with affection. When they write the history of my reign, sweet sister, they will say that it began tonight, in the free cities. They talk of Westeros? Westeros, and the Sunset Kingdoms. Her brother had a simpler name. Our Land, he called it. The words were like a prayer with him. If he said them enough, the gods were sure to hear. Ours by blood right, taken from us by treachery, but ours still, ours forever. You do not steal from the dragon. Oh no, the dragon remembers. And perhaps the dragon did remember, but Dani could not. She had never seen this land her brother said was theirs, this realm beyond the narrow sea. These places he talked of, Chillyravenart,
You got it right.
and the Eyrie,
Mm-hmm.
oh gosh, I remember.
From last week.
Eyrie, High Garden, and the Vale of Arryn.
Vale of Arryn.
Arryn?
Yeah.
Dawn of the Isle of Faces, they were just words to her. Same, Dani, they're just words to me too. I don't know what I'm saying. Viserys had been a boy of 8 when they fled the King's Landing to escape the advancing armies on the Usurper. But Daenerys, oh, there's her full name. Daenerys had been only a quickening in their mother's womb. Yet sometimes Dani would picture the way it had been, so often her brother had told her stories. The midnight flight to Dragonstone, the moonlight shimmering from the ship's back sails. Her brother Rhaegar, battling the... You're gonna have to get me that again. Usurper. I keep thinking it sounds like Usurper. In the bloody waters of the Trident and dying for the woman he loved. The sack of King's Landing by the one Viserys called the Usurper's dogs. The Lords Lannister and Stark. Oh, okay, so from the previous chapter, those guys. Princess Elia
I'm not quite sure this one.
of Dorne?
Dorn. Yeah.
Pleading for the mercy as Rhaegar. Sounds like Rhaegar. Rhaegar's heir was ripped from her breasts and murdered before her eyes. Oh. The polished skulls of the last dragons staring down sightlessly from the walls of the throne room, while the King's Slayer opened father's throat with a golden sword. Dani's mother had died birthing her, and for that her brother Viserys had never forgiven her. She did not remember the Dragonstone either. They had run again, just before the Usurper. I keep thinking it's called Upsa. Usurper's brother set sail with his new built fleet. By then, only Dragonstone itself, the ancient seat of their house, had remained of the 7 kingdoms that had once been theirs. It would not remain for long. The garrison had been prepared to sell them to the Usurpers.
That's close enough.
We're getting there.
Yeah, very good.
Just put it in 10 more times. On one night, Sir William Darry, and 4 loyal men had broken into the nursery and stolen them both, along with her wet nurse, and set sail under the cover of darkness for the safety of the Bravison Cove.
That one I can't remember, but I think it's Bravison.
Bravison. Okay, we're gonna go with that. It's got 2 A's in it, so. Ugh. She remembered Sir William dimly, a grey bear of a man. Wilhelm scream.
What is that?
Oh, Star Wars fans, we notes. Wilhelm dimly, a great grey bear of a man, half blind, roaring and bellowing orders from his sickbed. The servants had lived in terror of him, but he has always been kind to Dani. He called her little princess, and sometimes my lady, and his hands were soft as old leather. He never left his bed though, and the smell of sickness clung to him day and night. A hot, moist, sickly, sweet odor. That's when they lived in Bravos, in the big house with the red door. Dani had her own room there, with a lemon tree outside her window. After Sir Wilhelm had died, the servants had stolen what little money they had left, and soon after they had been put out of the big house. Dani had cried when the red door closed behind them forever. They had wandered since then, from Bravos to Myra and Tyrosh, and on to
Old Hall and Volantis and Lies.
I'm so glad you at least
I can't remember it from the show.
Volts and Lies. Never staying long in any one place. Her brother would not allow it. The Usurper? transfers, hired knives were close behind them. He insisted, though Dani had never seen one. At first, the magisters and the archons and merchant princes were pleased to welcome the last Targaryens. I remember that.
Targaryens. Very close.
Very close. They said it so many times in the episode. I'm like, I gotta remember this word. Homes and tables. But as years passed and the usurper continued to sit upon the Iron Throne, doors closed and their lives grew meaner. Years passed, they had been forced to sell their last few treasures, and now not even the coin they had gotten from Mother's crown had gone. The alleys and the wine sinks of Pentos, they called her brother the Beggar King. Dani did not want to know what they called her. We will have it all back someday, sweet sister, he would promise her. Sometimes his hands shook when he talked about it. The jewels and the silks, Dragonstone and the King's Landing, the Iron Throne and the Seven Kingdoms. All they have taken from us, we will have it back. Viserys lived for that day. All that Daenerys wanted back was the big house with the red door, the lemon tree outside her window, and the childhood she had never known. There came a soft knock at her door. Come, Dani said, turning away from the window. Illyros servants entered, bowed, and set about their business. They were slaves, a gift from one of the Magister's many Dothraki friends. There was no slavery in the free city of Pentos. Nonetheless, they were slaves. They filled her bath with hot water brought up from the kitchen and scented it with fragrant oils. The girl pulled the rough cotton tunic over Dani's head and helped her into the tub. The water was scalding hot, but Daenerys did not flinch or cry out. She liked the heat. It made her feel clean. Besides, her brother had often told her that it was never too hot for a Targaryen. Oh, okay, it's because they're dragon people, so that makes sense. Ours is the house of the dragon, he would say. The fire is in our blood. Oh, I was right. The old woman washed her long silver pale hair and gently combed out the snags, all in silence. The girl scrubbed her back and her feet and told her how lucky she was. Drogo is so rich that even his slaves wear golden collars. 100,000 men ride in his Khalasar.
Yeah.
And his place in Vastothrak.
Yeah,
Vastothrak has 200 rooms and doors of solid silver. Daenerys said nothing. She had always assumed that she would wed Viserys when she came of age. Gotta remember the times. It's still uncomfortable. Okay. For centuries, the Targaryens had married brother to sister since Aegon. Yes. There's a win for me. The Conqueror had taken his sisters to bride. The line must be kept pure. This is the most accurate thing to medieval England I've ever seen.
Yes, I heard about this as well.
Pure. Viserys had told her 1,000 times. Theirs was the king's blood. The golden blood of the old Valyria.
Yeah.
That sounds like Valyria. The blood of the dragon. Dragons did not mate with the beasts of the field, and Targaryens did not mingle their blood with that of lesser men. And yet now, Viserys schemed to sell her to a stranger, a barbarian. Okay, so
very strong barbarian.
I like barbarians. When she was clean, the slaves helped her from the water and toweled her dry. They dressed her in the wisps that the Magister Illyro had sent up, and then the gown, a deep plum silk to bring out the violet in her eyes. Now you look all a princess, the girl said breathlessly when they were done. Dani glanced at her image in the silver-looking glass that Illyro had so thoughtfully provided. A princess, she thought, but she remembered what that girl had said. How Khal Drogo was so rich that even his slaves wore golden collars. She felt a sudden chill, and goose flesh pimpled on her bare arms. Her brother was waiting in the cool of the entry hall, seated on the edge of the pool, his hands trailing in the water. He rose when she appeared and looked over and critically said, "Stand there," he told her. "Turn around." "Yes, good. You look regal," Magister Illyro said, stepping out through an archway. He moved with surprising delicacy for such a massive man. I've never heard delicacy being described as a movement. That caught me off guard.
Like delicately, I guess.
Yeah, but delicate. Okay. May the Lord of the Light shower shower you with blessings on this most fortunate day, Princess Daenerys, the Magister said as he took her hand. He bowed his head, showing a thin glimpse of crooked yellow teeth through the gold of his beard. She is a vision, Your Grace, a vision, he told her brother. Drogo will be enraptured. She's too skinny, Viserys said. Are you sure that Khal Drogo likes his woman this young? She has had her blood. She is old enough for the cow, Illyrio told him. But not for the first time. Look at her. That silver gold hair, those purple eyes. She is the blood of old Valeria?
Yep.
No doubt. And highborn, daughter of the old king, sister to the new. She cannot fail to entrance our Drogo. I suppose, her brother said doubtfully. The savages have queer taste. Oh, that was unexpected.
My brother is very fun.
He's kind of a dick, hey? Boys, horses, sheep. Best to not suggest this to Khal Drogo, Illyrio said. Anger flashed in her brother's lilac eyes. Do you take me for a fool? The Magister bowed slightly. May I take you for a king? Kings lack the caution of common men. My apologies if I have given offense. We won't need this whole... Oh god. Khalasar, Viserys said. His fingers toyed with the hilt of his borrowed blade, though Dany knew he had never used a sword in earnest. 10,000, that would be enough. I could sweep the 7 kingdoms with 10,000 Dothraki screamers. The realm will rise for its rightful king. Tyrell Redwyn, Darry, Greyjoy. They have no more love for the usurper than I do. The Dornish men burned to avenge Elia and her children, and the small folk will be with us. They cry out for their king. He looked at Illyrio anxiously. They do, don't they? They are your people, and they love you as well. Magister Illyrio said amicably. Can see the A on the end of it. In holdfasts all across the realm, men lift secret toasts to your health, while women sew dragon banners and hide them against the day of your return from across the water. He gave a massive shrug. Or so my agents tell me. Oh, that's all here. Dany had no agents. No way of knowing what anyone was doing or thinking across the narrow sea. But she mistrusted Illyrio's sweet words as she mistrusted everything about Illyrio. I've said his name too many times now, it's not coming out.
Understood.
Her brother was nodding eagerly. However, I shall kill the usurper. Okay, that time we got it. Myself, he promised, who had never killed anyone, as he killed my brother Rhaegar and Lannister too, and the Kingslayer for what he did to my father. That would be most fitting, Magister Illyrio said. Dany saw the smallest hint of a smile playing across his full lips, but her brother did not notice. The free cities were always generous with the horse lords. It is not that we fear these barbarians, Illyrio with a slightly smile. The Lord of Light would hold our city walls against 1,000,000 Dothraki? Oh my god, yes. So the Red Priests would promise. Yet why take chances when their friendship comes so cheap? Many important men will be at the feast tonight. Such men have enemies. The Khal must protect his guests, yourself chief among them, your grace. No doubt the usurper would pay well for your head. Oh yes, Viserys said darkly. He has tried, Illyrio, I promise you that. His hired knives follow us everywhere. I am the last dragon, and he will not sleep easy while I live. As the guest arrives, many were Dothraki horse lords. Big men with brown skin, their drooping mustachios. I didn't expect that to be in the mustachios. Bound in metal rings. Their black hair oiled and braided and hung with bells. Yet among them moved bravos and sellswords from Pentos. And Myr? I keep thinking it's pronounced Maya, but it's like Myr? Someone's gonna correct me.
Our book is different, and honestly, I can't tell what you're reading right now.
Tyrosh?
Give me see. Where is it?
Tyrosh?
Tyrosh.
Okay, so Tyrosh, we're getting that. I'm gonna need like a whole Bible for this. A red priest even fatter than Illyrio.
Oh.
Insults. Hairy men from the port of Ibadine? Okay, Ibadine. We'll go with that. Ibadine. And the lords from the Summer Isles with skin as black as ebony. Daenerys looked at them all in wonder and realized, with a sudden start of fear, that she was the only woman there. Illyrio whispered to them. "Those 3 are Drogo's blood riders there," he said. "By the pillar is Khal Moro
Yep.
and his son Rogor? Moro?
Carl and his son
Rogor?
Yeah.
The man with the green beard is a brother to the Archon of Tyrosh, and the man behind him is Sir Jorah Mormont?
Yeah, Jorah.
Sir Jorah.
I remember the name, that one. He will come up soon. More, I mean.
I have to remember more. There's like 20 names that dropped in this book already.
A lot of people. It's like, honestly, it makes the story so complex.
We've only got like this much. There's still all this to go. And there's like 25 names thrown at me.
Gonna be a lot more.
Alright, we will get through. Okay. Last name caught Daenerys. A knight. No less. Illyrio smiled through his beard. Anointed with the 7 oils by the High Septon himself. What is he doing here? She blurted. The usurper wanted his head. The usurper wanted his head, Illyrio told them. Some trifling affront. He sold some poachers to a Tyroshi slayer instead of giving them to the Night's Watch. Absurd law. A man should be able to do as he likes with his own chattel? Chattel? Chanel. I shall wish to speak with Sir Jorah before the night is done, her brother said. Dani found herself looking at the knight curiously. He was an older man, past 40 and balding, but still strong and fit. She was still looking at this strange man from a homeland she had never known, when Magister Illyrio placed a moist hand on her bare shoulder. Oh god, he's sweaty, I don't like that.
And touching people.
Over there, sweet princess, he whispered. There is Khal himself. Dani wanted to run and hide, but her brother was looking at her, and if she displeased him, she knew she would wake the dragon.
You like to say that, this voice.
I don't want to know what that implies. Anxiously, she turned and looked at the man Viserys had hoped would ask to wed her before the night was done.
I finally caught up the way you... Oh, yay.
Sorry if I'm reading too fast.
No, I just different books, so it's a bit hard to keep up something.
No, yours is like way bigger than mine.
I get pictures.
The slave girl had not been far wrong, she thought. Khal Drogo was a head taller than the tallest man in the room, yet somehow light on his feet, as graceful as the panther in Illyrio's menagerie. Oh my god, I've actually never seen that word spelt before. I've heard of it. I've just heard it spelled, yeah. Menagerie. He was younger than she'd thought, no more than 30. His skin was the colour of polished copper, his thick mustachios. That's so funny to me. Bound with gold and bronze rings. I must go and make my submissions, Magister Illyrio said. Wait here, I shall bring him to you. Her brother took her by the arms as Illyrio waddled over to the cow, his fingers squeezing so hard they hurt. Do you see this braid, sweet sister? You see how long it is? Viserys said. When Dothraki are defeated in combat, they cut off their braids in disgrace so that the world will know their shame. Khal Drogo has never lost a fight. Here's Aegon, the Dragon Lord, come again, and you will be his queen. Dani looked at Khal Drogo. His face was hard and cruel, and his eyes were as cold and dark as onyx. Her brother hurt her sometimes. When she woke the dragon, he was saying, and I'm so uncomfortable. What does it mean? I don't know if I want to know what it means.
I think he's just a very stern and scary brother who might hit her or something.
I think it's just the way the internet's taken that meme has ruined me. But he did not frighten her the way this man frightened her. I don't want to be his queen, she heard herself say in a small, thin voice. Please, please, Viserys, I don't want to. I want to go home. Home, he kept his voice low, but she could hear the fury in his tone. How are we to go home, sweet sister? They took our home from us. He drew her into the shadows, out of sight, his fingers digging into her skin. How are we to go home, he repeated. Meaning King's Landing, Dragonstone, and the realm they had all lost. Dani had only meant for their rooms in Illyros. I've said his name too long now. I'm like, what is this anymore? Estate. No true home, surely, although they had, but her brother did not want to hear that. There was no home there for him. Even the big house with the red door had not been home for him. His fingers dug hard into her forearm, demanding an answer. I don't know, she said at last, her voice breaking. Tears welled in her eyes. I do, he said sharply. We go home with an army, sweet sister, with Khal Drogo's army, and that is how we will go home. And if you must wed him and bed him for that, you will. He smiled at her. I'll let his whole Khalsa. Fuck you. It need to be. It's so uncomfortable. I watched it and it's word for word in the book. Oh, it is so uncomfortable. Fuck you if need be, sweet sister, or 40,000 men and their horses too, if that was what it took to get in my army. Be grateful this is only Drogo. In time, you may even learn to like him. Now dry your eyes. Illyrio is bringing him over, and he will not see you crying. Dani turned and saw that it was true. Magister Illyrio, all smiles and bows, was escorting Khal Drogo over there to where they stood. She brushed away the unfallen tears with the back of her hand. Smile, Viserys whispered nervously, his hand failing to the hilt of his sword. And stand up straight. Let him see that you have breasts. Gods know you have little enough as it is. Daenerys smiled and stood up straight. Hey, what?
That's the end of the chapter. What do you think of the book?
Definitely the hardest to read in terms of context. I do like how they framed what this relationship between the siblings are. I mean, her brother does come off as a lot more harsh. He's dominating. He's definitely got his eyes set. He's like, I'm gonna be king, and we're gonna get what they took from us back. So I know there's a history there. From watching the show as well, that they've sort of been exiled, lost their home, and now they're just taking refuge. So that's that. I got that. That's all good. One thing I will say that I liked about the show is I can kind of visualize Drogo.
Khal Drogo?
Drogo? I said Drogo. I'm thinking of Drogo. When he shows up, he looks like the way they described him in the book, how he looks in the show was like really like spot on. I really like how their sort of first meeting, there's no words exchanged, and I love the woman who plays Daenerys looking up with him. She just looks so sad in the whole scene, like the entire time. She just does not want to be there. She really doesn't. And that bit with her walking into the water, I've noticed, I think in the book it's actually the maid that disrobes her to help her get into the tub, whereas in the show her brother takes the robe off, if you will, and then she sort of just stands there as she is, woman and all, and then she just herself steps into the tub, and she's still warned that it's hot, but she doesn't really say anything. She just sort of goes in, blank expression.
No, it didn't burn her. It said in the book.
Yeah. Oh no. Like they warned her it was hot, and she's just like, go in. Honestly, same. I like my showers hot too. So, relate. I see why she's your favorite now.
She is my favorite, and her character was developed through the book. I haven't read it, but it's different how like the book says it and the show. Like some changes, but
it stayed pretty faithfully with the dialogue saying, "Do you take me for a fool? No, I see you as a king." I thought that was like really played out rather well. I feel like the scene in the show was a lot shorter though.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just felt shorter. This feels like there's a lot more details being told here. And just the constant, her brother like sort of nitpicking her as well is interesting, because you really get the sense that he's really riding on this whole marriage to go. So he's telling her, you know, stand up straight, look pretty, look presentable, and you can tell she's just not into it at all. She just is like, can we just not do this? But what I found really interesting that I didn't know, because I knew of Daenerys, like just how she looks. I've seen posters of the show, and when people talk about it, they always say she's dragon queen or something like that, like the mother of dragons, like that's the one. But it's interesting actually watching the show and seeing how her first appearance looks.
It's a bit different, isn't it?
She's very timid, honestly. She's very quiet, and I didn't know actually that she was only like, I guess, a baby, or like not even born yet when her whole kingdom sort of fell. So it's kind of interesting, like that longing for a childhood you don't really know, but your older siblings talk about it and they want that glory. And I feel like she's sort of just in the middle of that.
Yeah,
like
kind of.
She's just, I gotta do what my duty is as a former princess. But yeah, you definitely tell she's like extremely like like her being homesick comes across like really well. I feel her pain, basically. Like, she wants to go home. She doesn't want any of this. She's just like, I'm sick of this. Like, I just don't want any part of this. And her brother's just like, nah, you're gonna do this. You are forced to do this. I'm gonna have to get used to siblings touching each other in ways. I was not expecting that. I was like, I kind of expected the gore and the violence. Wasn't expecting that, but I have heard stories from people who have watched it that there's a lot of nudity.
Quite a bit, yes.
Yeah, so I, as just someone who hasn't like watched a lot of live action stuff, like I said, I watch more animated stuff. I was like, oh, bodies. But yeah, no, it's great.
No,
it really hampers on that realism, I guess. Like, yeah, that's what happened during those times. We're not going to sugarcoat it. And it's faithful to the book. The show, in that regard, is faithful in terms of the gore and I guess the sexual content. It's not shying away from it. I mean, it's uncomfortable, but it's faithful at least.
kind of.
To a degree. But yeah, like the descriptions here were very vivid to read.
I feel like in a book they are more descriptive, and also when you read it you can imagine more stuff, whereas in the show, even though they played it well, like obviously if it's written it's more to your imagination. And also, do you notice that Daenerys has a different look in the book?
Yeah, purple eyes. The purple eyes. I know about the silver hair, that's all.
Yeah,
But it would have been cool if they gave them contacts for like purple eyes. That would have been cool.
Very nice, honestly.
Yeah, because I like that idea. So they're sort of not fully human. They had dragons, live with dragons and stuff. So I like that aspect. If they had like different color eyes, really shows that connection to the dragons, which is really cool. But yeah, so I think the only other thing was speaking of the descriptiveness of the book, the whole uncomfortable scene with the brother fondling her body.
Was in the show.
Yeah, in the book, I noticed that he sort of there's a bit where he says he tugs and like he's being violent with it, and I feel like the book was a lot more violent with that. At least the show, it was like there, but it was so descriptive in the book. It was like, oh, he's really like it's so uncomfortable. But digress. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm not sure, I think, is there any more intro chapters?
I don't know. I haven't read the book either. I've seen the show. I can't remember all of the show, but that's why I know some of the.
Because I'm really enjoying the intro chapters, like I've said before. And I'm kind of starting to see a bit of a plot. So his motive is to take back the kingdom that's fallen. So I'm kind of interested to see how that plays with everything else that we've known so far and read up to that point. So
can't wait for you to see how he takes over the kingdom.
Could be interesting,
but we shall see.
Can't wait for that. So just before we go, as we said in pretty much every video, if you'd like to support us, we're releasing a choose your own adventure book called The Queen Games. We are still working on getting a cover for it. But basically, I guess if you guys have seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, it's going to be so similar to that with some really, really, spoilers, but really, really nice illustrated pages. So we are looking forward to that. So if you'd like to support us, just link in the description. Go ahead and buy one. It's fantastic. We are really proud of this.